everyone, welcome back to Trees and Turtles. My name's Imogen, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing how to be productive during a depressive episode. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to do that, give this video a thumbs up, follow me on Instagram, and let's get started. Alright, so I have been depressed for a long time in my life, probably about 10 years now, and I'm 22, so becoming depressed at around age 12 was not the best experience. But anyway, as you may know if you've been watching my channel for some time, I'm also obsessed with productivity, and that means I have had to find ways to be productive while being someone who struggles with their mental health. And here are some ways that I have continued to be productive during a mental health episode or breakdown or depressive state, which can, by the way, last for days or weeks at a time. Sometimes I've had depressive episodes that went for months, and believe me, those were not fun. However, I still got stuff done, and here is how. The first thing is to break down tasks into tiny little steps. If you think it's small enough, you got to break it down again. Because basically, what you got to do is you've got to make the task so small that it's ridiculous to not do it, if that makes sense. So instead of finish an assignment, the first task is open the folder or open the document. The second task is write the title. Now, this might sound absolutely ridiculous, but slow progress is better than no progress. And I promise I did not just make that up on the spot. Anyway, slow progress is better than no progress. So break down your tasks into tiny, tiny, tiny steps insofar that they become not only manageable, but ridiculously manageable, as in anyone could do them, and then it doesn't feel so overwhelming even when you're in a sort of really depressive state and you feel like you can't do anything. On that note, I would encourage you to be realistic with yourself. So sometimes when I've had a depressive episode, I've had to really prioritise which tasks I wanted to get done. Sometimes you literally cannot manage everything, and you don't have the energy or the mental space, or you have just cried for 3 hours and now you don't have time. So basically make a top 3. So you gotta get your assignment done, because other than that, you're gonna fail. You've got to do I don't know, you've got to go to work or something, and you have to, I don't know, cook. Okay, so those are your three things, and you've got to do that. Or even, the third one could simply be eat. You don't even necessarily have to cook, but you need to eat. And I think something that's really helped me during my depressive episodes is, as well as knowing that some progress is better than slow progress is better than no progress, some eating is better than no eating. If all you can eat is, peanut butter, you should eat it, and that is something I have genuinely done during my depressive episodes. Is I would, I know this is bad, but it was better than nothing. I would sometimes survive for, a day or so off, bread and peanut butter. And that was because it was the only thing that I had the energy and the inclination to eat. So break down your tasks into smaller goals, make sure you eat something, get yourself a routine. I think often when we go into a depressive state, it just turns into this sort of long, endless, hellscape where you have no routine. And if you can establish a routine, it doesn't have to be a military routine, but even if you can just sort of break down your day into 4 chunks, morning, early afternoon, late afternoon, evening, then you might be able to get something done. And don't be militant with yourself, but try and introduce some gentle structure, if that makes sense. But also be compassionate with yourself, because my productivity actually improved when I started recognising that I am a human being who deserves compassion as well. And a mental illness is very much a real illness. It's no less real than breaking your leg. So, and often mental illnesses can have quite high death rates, and I will put a trigger warning in the description because I hadn't realised I was going to mention this, but yeah. Mental illnesses are real, people, and people who are suffering from them deserve compassion, and if you are, then you absolutely do as well. If you're not suffering from mental illness, then you also deserve compassion, but that's kind of not what we're talking about here. Reach out for support. If you have a support system, it might be friends, family, doctor, therapist, random person that you talk to at dinner time in your college. Anybody. It might be a fucking rubber duck in your room, but I would encourage you to talk to a real person. Talk to someone, and so they know what you're going through, because even anyone who knows me knows, like, I'm an introvert, I don't have a lot of friends, but I do have a few close friends, and I absolutely cherish them, and they have got me through so many difficult times. So do not underestimate the importance of a support system, even if it's only like 2 or 3 people. Get yourself outside. I cannot overstate this. Like, it is difficult as hell, and I acknowledge this, to literally even get out of bed sometimes in a depressive episode. But every time I have forced myself out of bed, dragged myself to the front door, and had myself a mouthful of fresh air, I have immediately felt better, and often I've been given more energy, and I actually feel like more optimistic, more positive, and I'm actually able to get something done. Even if you can't get that far, open your window, because I promise the fresh air and hopefully sunshine, although if you live where I live, that is scarce, but the fresh air will probably do you some good. And I hate to be like all old school about this, being like, oh, touch grass, but it works. So touch grass. Try and limit social media time if you can. Obviously, yeah, reach out to your friends, but what I'm talking about is like doom scrolling or watching videos for hours and hours and hours late into the night when sleep would be much more beneficial. Now, I understand that obviously like anxiety plays a part in this, and I often scroll for way too long because my anxious brain is procrastinating on doing something else. Completely understand that, but if you're at least aware of the patterns, then that gives you a starting point to change them from, essentially. Alright, track your mood. Sometimes there are like apps you can get with mood trackers, so you can see sometimes if there's a pattern in your depression. Like if your depressive episodes come at a certain time of year. For me, I have seasonal depression on top of regular depression, which is always fun. But your depression might be triggered by like a particular time of week or time of day, or it might be triggered by a particular activity. And if you track your mood, you can see those patterns and hopefully make changes in your life that can maybe improve the situation a little bit, although obviously mental illness is something that cannot be cured overnight. Consider medication, consider therapy. Obviously this is my sort of PSA to say that like both medication and therapy really, really helped me. Results may vary depending on the individual, but it is certainly something to consider. The final thing I want to say is please, please, please be kind to yourself and be patient with yourself. Productivity during a depressive episode is something that is genuinely difficult. And I'm not just talking about difficult as in, oh, haha, that's difficult. It's really hard. And recovery is going to take a long time. And managing your symptoms can take a long time. And that's not something to be further depressed over. Sorry, guys. But it's something to, like, just be patient with yourself is what I'm saying. And also recognise that just because you have, like, mental health problems, you have depression, you have anxiety, you have whatever, it doesn't mean that you can't have, like, a happy and fulfilled life. Like, I have multiple mental health problems. I have been hospitalised for mental health problems. And, you know, I have, on several occasions, tried to not be here anymore. And nevertheless, I got great A-levels. I'm at a great university doing a course that I dreamed about doing for many years. I'm researching topics that I am fascinated by. I have a wonderful YouTube channel. I have all of you guys. I have fresh roses in the corner of my room right now, and they make me really happy. And I had a really good day today. So don't limit your dreams, is what I'm saying. Don't limit your dreams, and know that productivity during one depressive episode is only one small part of the bigger picture, and you will do it. Even small steps are better than no steps, and if you cannot make any steps, just know that getting yourself through a depressive episode is more than enough. Alright, that's all I have to say for this video. If you are not already subscribed, make sure to do that. Follow me on Instagram, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you soon. Okay, bye!